Quazi here. In today's video, I'm going to share with you one of the most powerful principles of reality that completely changed my life forever. And this principle is what I like to call the Mirror Principle. My first encounter with the Mirror Principle was at age 19. 4 years later, I made my first $1 million. Yes, I know you hear 1,000,001 different gurus tell you their rags to riches story on how they tried this magical business strategy and boom, became an overnight success. My story is a little bit different. It had nothing to do with the business strategy that I tried, but more to do with who I became. The truth is, you have to become a millionaire within before it shows without. Otherwise, you'll keep jumping from one shiny object to the next, thinking you're the one who's broken. And there is some truth to that. If you don't change first, nothing outside will change. And that is the fundamental essence of the Mirror Principle. If you master just this one principle, then I promise you everything in your life that you touch will turn to gold. But it requires you to confront some of your own demons, your own reflection, a lot of which you won't like. If you're ready for real change, to commit to the Mirror Principle religiously like I did for 4 years, let's get started. By the end of this video, I'm going to share with you one crucial exercise that I did and I do to this day. Without further delay, let's jump right into the video. Let's jump right into the Mirror Principle. I really want you to pay very, very close attention to this, because if you can master this and begin to apply this in your life every single day and live by it, I promise you, your life will change in a very, very short period of time. It'll almost seem like you've become successful overnight. A few months ago to you will feel like different lifetimes. When I go to my friends, they're like, oh my God, you literally became successful overnight. But to me, it feels like this was years ago, because you've become a different person. Who you were a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months ago, it seems like a completely different lifetime. So let's get started with what the Mirror Principle actually is. Let's have a working definition for the Mirror Principle, which I think accurately sums it up well. Reality is a mirror that reflects your relationship to yourself and to your world, or to reality itself, your inner world and your outer world. So what do I mean? If your relationship to money is that I am not capable of making money, I am not good at making money, then the mirror of reality will say, oh, that's what you believe? So be it. Here is more evidence of why you're not capable of making money. And then life will give you more circumstances that confirm your hypothesis, the affirmation that you're coming up with. Similarly, if you say it is difficult to make money right now in today's day and age, if you believe that, again, that's your relationship to the world, the mirror of reality will also reflect that. It will show you more circumstances and more instances where you will fail trying to start up different business opportunities or trying to invest. You'll keep losing money. These are the two things that hold people back. And by the end of this, I'm going to show you how you can overcome this with a simple system by understanding this feedback loop. But before we get to that, I want to share with you a little bit about my story and when I started. So when I was 19 years old, I was in college and I was supposed to go into a full-time corporate career. And I was very depressed because when I looked at it, I was like, holy shit, is this going to be the next 60 years of my life? Back then, I had a terrible relationship with money. I didn't believe I could make it. And I also didn't believe it was easy to make money, right? I thought you would have to be born into wealth or intelligence or get lucky somehow to come up with a magical business idea to be able to make money. I never saw myself as a business owner, by the way. And now I'm some hardcore business owner. So it's a completely different, it's a huge shift. So when I was 19, I believed that the rich were evil. They were always in it for the profits. And I was like, no, I'm going to do something noble. I'm going to be some scientist who never pawns his research for money, doing it for the good of humanity. It was kind of like me using a way to avoid my insecurities and my fears. And I knew that if I told myself that, I wouldn't have to go out there and put myself out there to make money. But then I was confronted with the harsh reality that if I didn't try to go for my dreams, I would be stuck here in this prison cell for the next 60 years, and only when I retire would I be able to experience the kind of freedom that I wanted. I was in a deep state of despair for like 2 whole years, and I just didn't know what to do. Until I came across this Mirror Principle and I had to confront these demons that I had. what I believe to be true about money and what I believe to be true about this world. And that's pretty much my story on how I went from changing that. And how I changed it is by this exercise that I'm going to share with you. But let's understand how the rich view money. What you have to understand is that the rich don't see money as the end, okay? When most people, they try to visualize or think about money or try to manifest money in their lives, what do? They just focus on the money. Your heart does not understand money. It's just paper. It doesn't mean anything to it. Your heart understands what money can buy. You'll notice that most rich people who have tons and tons of money, they're not directly focused on money. Have you ever heard business owners speak? They're always talking about creating more value. They're always talking about what the byproduct of money is. They focus on the true end itself. Even if you look at someone like Elon Musk, he's always focused on his mission to getting to Mars. But he knows that in order to get to Mars, he needs significant amount of funding. He needs a lot of money. So this money is a means to him accomplishing that goal. So you have to get very, very clear on what your goal is and what you would like to experience. What is the thing that money buys that you truly want? Focus on the end. When you focus on the end, the money shows up as a byproduct of that, as a tool, as a means that leads you to that end goal. It's like the bridge of incidents, as Neville Goddard would say. So that's how the rich views money. So now that you understand the end goal that we have here, it's time to understand how we can see ourselves generating the kind of money that we want that will lead us to that end goal that we have. And this is where the key to the mirror principle comes in. The key to understanding this is we have to change our belief system in regards to how we view ourselves and how we view money. So for most of us, because we've deeply ingrained ourselves in saying the same story, telling ourselves the same story again and again and again, this belief system has become very, very deep. So all we need to do is work on changing this belief system. But the real question becomes, how do we do this? How do we change years and years worth of ingrained beliefs? And this is how. There's a feedback loop that happens that programs our subconscious mind. The part of ourselves that we do not see, that we never really question, because that's just how we've been raised. That's just how I've lived up until now. And this is how it works. We affirm things to ourselves. And then when we have an affirmation where we say, hey, right now there's a recession, it's a terrible time to start up a business. This is a bad time to make money. There's no opportunity here. When you say that to yourself, there is a part of your subconscious mind that starts to look for evidence of it. It starts to look for proof in your external environment. Where is proof that this is a bad time? Ah, look, there's proof right there. And then what happens within us is a realization occurs. Because we can connect this affirmation to an actual event, we get this feeling, this emotional confirmation. We think a thought and then emotionally we feel connected to that thought because we see evidence. And therefore, it gets ingrained into a belief. So when a thought is met with an emotion, it becomes a belief. Please remember right now, look back into your past and see all of the memories that you have. Chances are the things that you remember from very, very far behind in the past, those are the things that have held a lot of emotional intensity. If it didn't have any emotional intensity, you would have discarded it. It would be irrelevant. Because the brain has a limited amount of space, we only hold the things that have had high emotional intensity. Fears, beliefs, doubts, those are the things that stay with us for the rest of our lives. And there's a great process to working through this called the letting go method. What I want you to do is understand that we have words of affirmations. Now, we unconsciously say these because we've heard them in our environment. We hear them on TV, we hear our friends, we hear everyone around us say it, and so because we hear people say it, we start saying it too. Here's the challenge. You have to start making your own affirmations, consciously saying your own affirmations, the thing that you want to be true in your life. That is the mirror principle, because the mirror ultimately reflects your relationship to yourself and to your reality. So we begin with an affirmation, and now what we're going to do is consciously choose the confirmation in our environment. Here's what's crucial. For every affirmation that you have right now, there is undoubtedly a confirmation out there. There is undoubtedly something that corresponds with that. Even if now was a tough time in society and a terrible time to make money. If your affirmation were, actually, now's a great time to make money, I can bet you can find proof of why it is a great time. One particular thing I can think about is when Warren Buffett said, when everyone's greedy, you should panic, and when everyone's panicking, you should become greedy. There's always an opportunity when everyone else is in a panic and everyone else is in a frenzy. You just have to be able to find it. And just like that, when you look for proof, it's literally everywhere. If you look for proof of where you are confident, you are a good money maker, you'll be able to find something, and it doesn't matter how little it is. If I've never made a lot of money in my life, but I want to start to feel like I can make money, I can simply look at instances in the past where I have made money, even if it's very, very small amounts. And I can bet you, if you look into the past, you can find that. And so when we close this loop, the affirmation confirmation loop, we start to program our RAS to look for more proof of where I am a good money maker, and now is a good time to make money. So that's our mission here. We need to change our relationship to ourselves and our relationship to our world. So if you want to become wealthier and you want to make more money, you have to see how now is the best time to make money. It's the easiest time to make money, and how you are capable of making money. So please understand this. With most personal development work, what most people think is, oh, I have to go from believing that I'm incapable of making money to somehow being capable of making money right now. You can't go from 0 to 100. What's the gap that you can take? What's one step you can take? Oh, okay, I may not be capable of making money right now. I may not be extremely intelligent or at XYZ financially savvy, but I can get there with correct steps. I can get there. Begin with an affirmation that bridges the gap between your current and your ideal, your desired. So if your current is, I'm terrible at making money, every business that I try has failed, well, I can learn how to be a better business owner. Every single day I am becoming a better business owner. So it's best if your affirmations are crafted in a continual improvement tense. You're writing in a continuous tense and you're continually improving every single day, and you see yourself improving. Begin with affirmations about your self plus world, and do these in the morning. So craft some affirmations regarding the area of your life that you want to improve. So let's say this is the area of money. You want to become wealthier, you want to make more money in your business. These are some of mine. Money flows into my life with ease. I have the Midas touch. Everywhere I look, there is wealth, and it's continually flowing to me, through me. Craft your own affirmations. I would say craft around 3 to 5 that you're going to read, and put it on a piece of paper next to your bed. Number 2, what I want you to do, at the end of every single day, find proof of anything that corresponded today to yourself and to your world. And if you can't think of anything today, think of something in your past that corresponded to that affirmation. So for example, if I say money flows into my life with ease, and I can't find any evidence today of how money flew into my life with ease, I will look back into the past and, oh, I remember 3 years ago when I got my first client in my business. Money flew into my life. Money came into my life. That's okay. That's completely okay. As long as we're stacking the chips on the right side. That's exactly what it is. The side that you're stacking chips on is the side that's going to get stronger and stronger. That's the side where the programming will get stronger and stronger. And this is very, very crucial. So what I do is keep a confirmation journal. And every single night I look at proof of my desired beliefs. So everything that I've wanted to happen, I've looked at proof of it. So today, where did the magic happen for me? Today, where is the proof that this actually came to life for me? Ah, this happened. Ah, a client came in. So where is the evidence that you have in your reality? Write that down every single night. And by the way, the more you write it down, the better you're going to get at it. So what I want you to do right now is click right here. I've made a more comprehensive video on the Mirror Principle. It's around 40 minutes long, and there are 3 main sub-laws to this mirror that you have to understand. So click right here, go to the next video and watch it. I'll see you in the next video right now. Thanks.